It's Tuesday, and I'm here ready to give you some tips on how to build a smart private practice. So, everybody again wants to know about marketing. That was the thing that has continually stood out in terms of support that people want. So, here are some more good marketing tips for you. So, I want to talk about why community based marketing is not dead. So you may be thinking, okay, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. I I am trying to build my practice. How am I supposed to do community-based marketing when offices are closed? People aren't meeting. There's no social events. There's no networking events. So you have to do what you're doing with your clients and get creative and go online. So I love meeting people for lunch. Anybody who knows me knows I'll meet you for lunch, I'll meet you for breakfast. I really enjoy that. But my one complaint about meeting people is how much time that it would take and that I would really have to block off a good amount of time in order to see somebody, right? So if I was going to meet somebody for lunch, let's just say we were going to meet at 12. Well, I needed to give myself time to get there, have lunch with somebody, usually an hour, and then time to get back to my office. So that could take 2-3 hours sometimes. And that was a long time to, maybe step away from my office if I was trying to see clients that day. What online has done has allowed us to jump on Zoom calls very easily. I've had a lot of Zoom calls over this past year and almost a year and a half during the pandemic. I've met a lot of really great people through online avenues. So please use your online mechanisms in order to build up your referral list. Community-based marketing is not dead. You will know that I talk a lot about online marketing, doing things through social media, a mailing list, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing things that are face-to-face either. And face-to-face can be online, it doesn't have to be physically face-to-face. If you are trying to make a name for yourself in your community, you're going to want to connect with other people in your community. That can be other therapists, psychiatrists, doctors, pediatricians, lawyers, acupuncturists, school, professionals. You can do cold calling. So you can just pick up a phone, send out an email and say, hey, saw your website, saw your Psychology Today profile, hey, I got your information from so-and-so. I would love to set up a meeting how we can make this a reciprocal relationship. That is the biggest thing that stands out to me when connecting with people is making sure that the relationship is reciprocal. I don't want to go to people that I can't refer to either, right? Because I don't want to make it just about me getting referrals. I really want to have a dialogue with somebody and say, how does your practice, how does what you do fit in to us? And how can we really make a relationship here that is about both of us? Because that's how relationships work, right? It's not just one-sided. So when you're approaching people, I want you to ask, what do they have to offer to me? And what do I have to offer to them? And how can we make this really a reciprocal relationship? I want to give you a couple more tips on how to forge those community relationships. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, Therapy Notes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that can really help you build your practice, whether you're doing it virtually, online, in person, or some kind of hodgepodge of both of those things, which a lot of people are doing lately, I want you to check out Therapy Notes. What really makes them stand out is their electronic health record is really easy to use. It's great for reports, especially for group practices, and they have amazing customer service. So be sure to check out Therapy Notes. So going back to those reciprocal relationships, I want you to make a list of people that you need to refer to. A lot of the times people don't have general practitioner doctors or OBGYNs, right? Like if you work with any kind of like somatic related people in your practice, they may or may not have those practitioners. So you want to have those lists handy. If you have a holistic or an integrative approach to your practice, think about acupuncturists, nutritionists, yoga studios, right? Going to your yoga studio on a regular basis and creating those relationships and giving business cards or inviting your maybe not your yoga teacher to therapy, but like maybe inviting her to your space so she can see it and you can see how maybe you can go to her space. Maybe you wouldn't refer your exact clients there if you also go there, but I think that there are ways that you can have relationships with people that really go both ways. And I think that's what really stands out when you're talking about community-based partnerships. I'm here most days answering your questions. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.